Hello, you guys. This is going to be a channel message. Okay, so for those of you who don't know already, I am a big fan of Sailor Moon. That used to be one of my favorite cartoons when I was little, so I just have this love for it. Um, and I know this is kind of weird. Like, how can you resonate and add Sailor Moon to like a love situation, or what people like to call soulmate or twin flame connections? If you watch Sailor Moon from an adult perspective and even at a spiritual perspective, it's not just a cartoon. It's like something about it is much more deeper than that. I watched it. Now, I'm not talking about Sailor Moon Crystal. I mean, I guess you could watch Sailor Moon Crystal because it's just a remake, but if you go back and you watch the original Sailor Moon as an adult, which I did like a year ago, and I was like, certain things were just clicking to me. It was like I had this weird resonance to it, the story, and her mission. She had a mission. Um, she came across this black cat, which to me I think symbolizes her intuition. Her subconscious. She ran into that, and when she tapped into that cat's energy, then she became aware of she was something higher. She had a purpose. She had a mission. And long story short, so the love aspect, Serena, Sailor Moon, or Usagi, whatever you call her, Serena meets, or there's this guy, Darien, okay, who's Tuxedo Mask in his highest form. She's Sailor Moon in her highest form. He has a mission. They did not like each other. It was kind of like they teased each other and made fun of each other. He called her bunhead and all this weird stuff. But there was some sort of love there, I feel. It was always a misconnection with these two. It was like something about their dynamic. They always pointed that connection out. Like, oh, here he comes. I can't stand him. Like, oh, I hate him. But really, I feel like she did have a crush on him. Later down the show line, they did end up being together and dating. But on a higher level, it was like he was totally different to her. He was her protector, and he was helping her, fighting her mission. And I said to myself, that sounds a lot like what people call twin flames or the soulmate, the divine partnerships. It sounds a lot like that. And it just hit me, and I didn't really understand why I've been using these thumbnails, these Sailor Moon thumbnails. It's because I thought it was like, oh, it's cute, and it goes with the message in the video. But I'm looking deeper at it, and I did have someone comment on one of my videos and say that they were drawn to my video because of Sailor Moon and their love for Sailor Moon, and they said that they realized that that Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon's connection was a quote unquote twin flame connection. And I agree, without the labels and the titles, I do believe that because there is a mission here. And separate the fact, because if you recognize, they didn't really have a mission together. They did work together with their own separate missions. You realize that she had her own. She was a part of the Pretty Guardian clique thing, and he had his own thing. Okay. Also, they had a lot of past live references in that show. If you go back, they were from the same planet or universe. They got destroyed and they had to reincarnate as Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask. Um, One of the characters in the show, she has a little pink ponytail. Um, I hate pronouncing her name. But she's a little girl with the pink pigtails, and she's their child from another life or from the future. So it's like these weird references, and the spirit baby references and things like that. If you guys are familiar with that, you guys really need to watch this show. Okay, it sounds so corny, but you really need to watch that show. Whether you're a fan of Sailor Moon and you haven't really looked at it from that perspective, or you've watched it and you just never really caught on to it, or you haven't watched it in years, or you just don't know nothing about Sailor Moon or the story, I would definitely watch it. But long story short, I feel like the message with this is, this person whom you've been connected to and dealing with, okay, I feel like this person is coming into some sort of awareness of who they are. They're starting to have that recall. Because I can remember on the show, Tuxedo Mask started remembering who he was. Darien, he started remembering who he was, which was Tuxedo Mask, his higher self, his higher form of himself. He started remembering it. Um, and I feel like that's what's going on now. And this person, they might start thinking that, oh, wow, this is the person I'm meant to be with. And this is my soulmate or whatever, or this, or they might just come to the conclusion that they're not here just to lollygag. They're not here just to, sleep with all different types of women or men, or, I gotta be this, I gotta be that. They know that there's something deeper here. There's something more that's going on with them, I feel. Um, I feel like they're starting to like wake up to the fact that they're not just here. It's not just I'm here. And even to you, like, it's not even the fact that they just see you as this person. Oh, this is just a friend, or this is someone I just slept with. I didn't understand it. um I get it. I see that there's something more here. There's something that this person is like meant to shake up, and I feel that's what's going on with this person. And it's not so much like, oh, they're awakening to the truth now. It's more so they're waking up to the truth about themselves or within themselves, okay? And spirit is always going to use us as catalysts for one another, okay? We have many soulmates, we have many catalysts in our lives, but sometimes that one person whom we just have this deep love for, or this, this romantic desire for, happens to be used as our biggest catalyst to help us open up. Okay. It just has to happen. Um, and I feel like that's the catch for this person. It's like, what is going on with me? Like, who am I? How did I come to this conclusion? He, I'll leave the clip below because there is a clip of how he came into himself, his tuxedo mask. But it's really deep, you guys. I really feel like you guys should watch it, and I feel like it's relevant to what's going on now energetically with this person. And they might feel like, oh, that made sense. That's why this was that, and that this is why I felt this way, and this is why I always wanted or thought this way. Or, it's a lot of epiphanies and clarity that's coming to them, and they're starting to recall who they are and why they're here. And even though we, as individuals, we might not know our full purpose and our full potential, because of course Sailor Moon didn't really know all of the depth of what she was acquired to do, and the importance of herself that came within time. But I feel like it's relevant to the situation, you guys. I really do. It's so weird that a cartoon, it's a message. You guys got to be more spiritual than that. Like, just because it's a cartoon, because it's kind of like we look at things and we just say, like, oh, that's not spiritual enough. It's a cartoon, or it's just a song, or it's just whatever. You, spirit speaks to us through so many different things. And that writer, whoever wrote the story, the comic book or whatever, she was on to something. And it goes even deeper than that. It goes into things that are going on the other side, negative entities, working against the collective, and, you know, tricking us into things. And, they had references to crystals. Like, this show is old school, and nobody was like, not many people were up on crystals and gemstones. They have references to that, tarot cards, all this stuff. This show is so dope to me. I love the show. I never really paid attention to it. As a child, we like it, and it was cool, it was cute. But when you get older and you look at it from this perspective, it's like, damn, it's on to something. It's telling you something, especially if you claim to be a so-called twin flame or whatever, or you got a divine partner, soulmate, and you look at it from not just a romantic perspective, but you look at it from this place of, I have a mission in life, and I have my own unique mission, and this person has their own unique mission, and we're here to help each other. And there's other people that play a role in this mission, and we're all here to help each other. We all have our own spiritual gifts that we have, and that one mission may be to fight for something bigger or against something, that is against you. You never know. But I love the show. I would suggest watching it. I think they have it on Hulu. I watch it from some website that lets you watch it for free. Um, if you want to pay for it, you can go on iTunes or whatever. But I would definitely watch the show, and because it just clicks, it just makes sense. And no matter how corny it is, it does. I feel like you guys need to watch it, male or female. You guys need to be up on Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon Crystal is fine. You can watch that. But I would suggest the original. Watch the seasons. The first season starts it all off. You have to see how it starts because that's how Serena or Usagi meets she meets Luna, and that's where that I feel is a point where you tap into your higher self. Like at that point when she met Luna, it sparked something, and it's so funny because I had a black cat and I named her Luna, and I wasn't even thinking about at the time about Sailor Moon, about a black cat named Luna. I wasn't even on that, and it was just funny that I named her that. It's so crazy, and I was going through a whole bunch of awakenings at that time. I was already on the journey of awakening and being aware about twin flames back in 2012, 13, but the time that I bought that cat, I think it was 2014 where I got that cat, and a lot of other things started popping up. I started tapping into more, using my intuition, working with my cards more and stuff, and starting to do readings and things. So that's pretty much it, you guys. It's not really so much of a channel message in a way it is because I feel like this person is on that level of tapping into who they are. And I'm going to leave the scene below that I'm talking about because I feel like that's what's going on, you guys. It's very relevant. Very relevant. So I might be just running on and on and on. So I'm going to stop here, you guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this spill, this message. And as always, I send you much love. Peace.